Hello everyone, my name is Navdeep Bhagat and I am a student of Organizational Behavior course. Today I am going to present the force field factor. So the force field factor was invented by or discovered by Kurt Lewin, and he was a American psychologist who has contributed in many projects to the science group dynamics and research, but perhaps he is widely and most famous for the developing force field analysis, which is used nowadays by every organization to boost up the growth of the organization. So the first one I will talk about is the Levin three-step model. So the force field analysis is a management technique that is developed by the Kurt Lewin, a pioneer in the field of social science, and this technique is used for diagnosing situations that has impact on the organization. And Levin assumes that in any situation there are both driving and restraining forces that influence any change that may occur. So the three forces are the driving forces that drive the organization to the top, and also the restraining forces that don't want the organization to be on the top, and third one is the equilibrium in the medium state. So the next one is the defined concept of field. So for Kurt Lewin, behavior was determined by totally of an individual situation, and in his field theory, a field is defined as the facility a field is defined as a totality of coexisting facts which are conceived of a mutual interdependent. So the introduction. So basically, the force field analysis is an influential development in the field of social science, and it provides a framework for looking at the factors that influence a situation. Originally, social situation, it look at forces that are either driving movement toward a goal. The one that the same thing that I said, that there are some forces who will boost the productivity and everything for the organization. There are some restraining forces from the top of it uh, that will that will put a negative effect on the organization, and it may lead to the fact that organization will not reach the end goal. So the force field process is the unfreezing, the melting away the resistance, the and the and the change, that is departure from the status equilibrium, and the refreezing change become routine. So I will also further explain these three things in the diagram that I have mentioned in my presentation, and why we use the force field analysis to focus on the tensions, on ways to reducing the hindering forces and encouraging the positive ones. So force field analysis can be used. So there is many reasons that we can use the force field analysis. So the first one will be identify the forces that support and change, as well as those which will act against it. The second one will be assess the causes of performance problems or inhibitors to business opportunities. The third one will be evaluate the relative strength of forces that affect alternative solutions to perform problems or business opportunities. And the fourth one will be to help analyze and prioritize solutions and problems or areas needing for the improvement. So when to use it? So first of all, we need to state the problem, and we need to assemble a team that understand the problem, and then we need to think about the particular problems, that which are the things that will help us to get the solution for that particular problem, or what are the things that are really affecting, and what are the things that are the main causes of that particular problem. And we need to review and clarify each force or factors in depth detail in order to reach our end goal. And we also need to plan a solution in such a way so it will balance the positive and negative effect in the middle. so the organization will not have so much negative effect that may lead organization to bankruptcy. So we need to make that our solution is a balanced solution. So how to use it? So it helps our team members to view each case as two set of offsetting factors, and it can be used to study existing problems or to anticipate and plan more effectively for implementing the change. The second one is in problem analysis. The force-field analysis is especially very helpful in defining the subjective issues such as moral management, effectiveness, or the work climate. So this is the Kurt Lewin force-field theory of change diagram. So this theory argues that there is two set of opposing forces within an organization that determine how the change will take place. As you can see, there is two lines, one is vertical and one is horizontal. So the vertical line represents the level of performance or the efficiency. The more higher it is, the better it is for the organization. And the horizontal line show the time that was taken by the organization to reach that particular level of goal. So as you can see, there are two opposing forces, the one in green and the one in red. So these are the forces that wants the organization to reach on the higher level. These are the points of opposing forces that don't want organizations to reach the particular goal. So and you know and also it will it will determine how the change will take place. There are only three things that will happen when these forces acting at the same time. The first one will be increased forces for. So this point, as you can see, that at this point this line goes up. So this at this stage the organization start achieving the newer highs. So this means it increases force for the organization. And also reduce resistance. As you can see, as the force go up, the resistance also reduce. And also at the same time, when it's reached at this level, it hits the maturity age. That means it is it is like a little bit of resistance and also a little bit of higher green arrows as well. So what we need to do is first is unfreeze the organization from its present state. So this point will be right there. So we need to unfreeze the organization that will so it will reach the higher level. So second one is make the desired type of change. So in this arrow we make the desired change that we want, and when our organization reach our desired goal, we need to refreeze again so it will not go down easily. We need to refreeze at the top of the chart. So the next one is carry out force field analysis. So to carry out force field analysis, we need to list all the forces for the change in one column and all forces against change in another column. And we need to assign a score to each force from week 1 to 5, and we need to draw a diagram to show the forces for in and against and the size of the forces. So the diagram. The model built on this idea that forces person, habits, custom, attitudes both drive and restrain change. It can be used at any level, personal, project, organization, network to visualize the forces that may work in the favor of or against the change of as you can see in the diagram, in the middle it was the equilibrium, and there's the two forces are acting against each other. The one is resistance and one is the driving force. So FF force field analysis is the method to investigate the balance of a power involved in issue and identify the most important players, the stakeholder and target group of campaign on the issue, and also identify the opponents and allies for the organization, and also identify how to influence each target group. As you can see in the diagram, this is the best example for the force field analysis, and the plan is to upgrade the factory with new manufacturing machinery in the organization, and there are some factors that was in favor for the change, and there are some factors that were going against the change. So as you can see in the first step, maintenance cost increasing. So if we upgrade our factory machinery, we need to spend money on it, transport cost, and also the on the other hand, the forces that was against change was disruption. So by disruption, it means the labor cost will be high because we need to train labor to how to use the new equipments, and also this will increase the cost of that particular machinery as well as. And also on the second step for the change, it say improve speed of production. Yes, it will improve the speed of production at the same time, but at the same time on it was against, cause it will increase our labor cost and other things as well. And the third one is the raised volume of output, and on the other hand, the staff also, as I mentioned, the staff frightened of the new technology, and also environmental impact of new staff. And also on the other hand, customer want new product, that we need to change our product and upgrade our product time to time, so the customer will not feel bored by using the same product again and again. But at the same time, it will impact the on the environment, because we gonna use the new technology and we will dump the old one, and we also need to spend money on dumping as well. And also the loss of staff overtime. Many staffs people are working in the company because company is paying overtime, but if company is upgraded to new machinery, so they will not pay their staff overtime, so eventually they will quit. So these are the factors that were working against each other. So how to conduct FFA? So the first step is to describe the current situation, what the current situation is, and also second one is describe the desired situation, what desired situation, that what situation they want to move on to further. That's the thing that I mentioned in the diagram, that in order to go to the upper side, they need to unfreeze from the below the green candles, so they can reach the upper level, and then they need to refreeze it again, and identify where the current situation will go and no action is taken, and also list all the forces that was driving change toward the desired situation, and list all the forces resisting change during the desired situation, and discuss as interrogate all the forces, are they valid or not. So the skill required. So the first thing first, we need to have very good listening skills to do a FFA analysis, and we also need to have the ability to capture the comment and help the group to distill them into a action plan that minimizes and remove the negative forces and maximize the positive forces. So there are some advantage. Everything has a advantage or disadvantage. For example, this thing also have a advantage and limitations as well. So the advantage of this is bring into the open factories that will work for and organize against the closing of a gap, identify the need analysis, help the organization to recognize the circumstances that can and cannot be changed, and also provide a means to analyze was to minimize or eliminate barriers to goal attainment. And the limitations are process is subjective and requires collaborative thinking and agreement, and also concerning forces for and against the solution to a particular problem may oversimplify the relationship between the factors that impact a problem, and all aspect of problem may not be identified. So the conclusion. So in conclusion, this tool is very good. It helps the organization to understand in which particular area they need the improvement, and also at the same time they tell the organization what will be the pros and cons of that particular improvement. So this is the best tool that they can use, and this tool has a long history and it still maintain its utility, and they use it when your team is blocked in some way, and and you need to see the wider and clear picture of that particular thing, or you can look after with the organization that they need to change the program. And this is the essential tool, and it simplify a profound way and help the organization to reach their particular goal. So this is the references I use. So thank you.